actually you get involved with music, with your first love, when you're younger, and you're in love, and you need music, and then all of a sudden, the failure. Then again, you want the music to sit and cry with. So it makes it makes the sound look hard to perform, because you may imagine that something like this should happen. Doesn't have to happen, because you live with your memories, and those memories at a party. That's why a Persian performer cannot decide what he wants to do before he gets there on the stage. And by looking at somebody, remembering something, then he knows what he wants to do. If he doesn't see anybody to remind him of something, he just performs mechanically, and you can feel it. There's no what can I say? There's no salt in it, and it's just like food without salt. Anyway, these are the things that you have to learn to know about, and then when you perform, when you start to perform, you know what you're doing, what you're talking about. So people with no sense of love, people who are people, they learn music because there's good money in it, they think. So they don't know, they don't even have time to study these things. And even if they want to study, they are not available, because, as I told you, these things have, for 700-800, and we can practically say since Islam came, and in certain periods, certain kings or Khalifa, whatever, they put a ban on music. So music became something private, behind closed doors, or in the closet. And those who were educated and wrote about music, those things came out after they died. And most of them sometimes even were forgotten, because their friends knew that he had written something and said only print it after I died, because it was dangerous for them at the time when they were alive. Maybe they had the position they thought they may lose, or they may be a harsh mullah to create problem with them. Anyway, so what has been written is not public, it's not just like Western music, that you read about them day and night, all kinds of books, in all languages. There's not much written about Persian music, and what is written, it has been written by special people with a special language, especially the language of 600, 700 years old ago. Even if I want to, I don't understand that. They are Persian, Arabic, but there was certain expression they used at the time, but there is no dictionary for them. So we don't know what they mean. We have only to guess. So I've always told my brothers, don't worry about that, because we have the music itself. So we find this get the answer from the music itself. All we have to do is just to understand it, feel it, So I hope you have that kind of feeling, proper time, enough time to study. But as I said, basically to learn Persian, to learn how to read and write. I mean, especially to read. And there are lots of documents, especially after the revolution. Lots come out. Most people thought it would be otherwise. That Khomeini took the ban off and allowed for me, but he said good music, sacred music, not pop or rock and roll or whatever, and especially rap. I really don't understand. I mean, what is this? I mean, all this foul language, all this. It is something, but I don't think we should call it music. It may be amusing, but I don't consider it music. At the beginning, when some of them had lots of messages, I loved them. People found a chance to say what they want to say. Mm-hmm. But now it's the language has changed.
It's become commercial.
How can people enjoy? Because they are the people to pay for this. So the market brings out more and more and more. And I feel really sorry for most people. A friend of mine, I mean, I love him really, has been very kind to me. He's a black guy, and he actually was my roommate for 10 years. But the only problem we had was that he loved. And sometimes I said, do you catch anything from them? He said, no. I just keep listening, because it was a fashion, I think. He didn't tell me that, but I thought it's other young people here. So he didn't want to be left behind, so he joined the group. Anyway, I have no right, I mean, to decide what they should listen or what they shouldn't listen. But I find most people misled, I mean, misguided, and that's what bothers me and worries me. Anyway, I'm glad that you have started this line of music. So it's not only the notes or the pieces that you have to memorize. You have the philosophy, the mysticism behind it. This is what you have to learn. It's just like music, it's just like Persian poetry, which a lot of, I mean, poets have tried to translate. It can't be done. Then I cannot say that they couldn't do it. It can't be done because it's the music of the words and the shape of the words, how they dress when they're to go to bed. I was going on the elevator. There was a young man with a saxophone and some notes. So I said, "Are you musicians?" And yes, he's going to school. I told him I'm just learning about jazz and blues. He said that anyway, the following day, he had an hour, he came to have lunch with me. He wanted to talk. Told me that if you want to understand this music, you have to study the black history. He brought me a few books by Richard Wright. And I started with him. Then I picked up my own books and I studied, and I always do. Anyway, that was when I read the history, and then I understood what blues was all about. The same like Persian music, unless you study the history, the mystical history of the people. You may learn mechanically, but you won't sound that way. You won't sound the sound that you want to give out, and bring tears to other people's eyes. I mean, tears of pleasure, of course. So, I think I've said enough for tonight.